Hey guys, it's Rebecca. Happy Tuesday. It's December 30th, 2025. And I am making this video as kind of a part two to the video I posted yesterday about the fake alien invasion. I posted that video on TikTok, on Instagram, and on YouTube. This video is only going to be posted on YouTube because it's going to be a longer video. The video was very quickly removed off of TikTok. This is why I don't typically post a lot of the more dark, deep state related content on my social media, and why I created a Patreon, so that I could speak and share freely around what it is that I'm channeling. So I want to talk about this event that I described seeing yesterday. When I was working with the Syrians and the Pleiadians, they showed me the Twin Towers falling during 9/11. They showed me sort of a zooming out, coming to present day, and a simultaneous global sort of planned or calculated or orchestrated set of explosions, followed by the arrival of holographic extraterrestrial craft. The crafts they're holograms. They are engineered technology on the part of the deep state, the elites. This fake alien invasion serves as a multi-purpose orchestrated event or series of events, because I'm seeing these explosions happening all at the same time across the planet, and then that being blamed on the bad aliens. So the reason that this is serving them is because it creates fear in the collective, and we're much more easily controlled when we're afraid. So that's not really what I want to talk about in this video, though. What I want to talk about in this video is why some of the things that psychics or channelers predict happen, why they don't happen, and why they might happen differently or in an altered way than what was originally predicted. And so a friend of mine connected in with me this morning to talk about what I had channeled yesterday. And one of the things she brought to my attention was the reason that I kept feeling December 27th, but it was December 29th when I channeled that this fake alien invasion was going to occur, was because on a lower timeline, December 27th is when that event happened. If you're seeing this video, you're not on that timeline. I have seen a lot of things shift in 2025. The most notable thing that I've channeled this year is the banking freeze or crash, which I've been seeing since kind of close to the beginning of 2025. And what happened sort of partway through was it came to my attention that we had shifted timelines to a timeline where it wasn't as intense or chaotic, where we're not going to experience the fall of the banks in such a dramatic way. The reason that is because our frequency, those of you who are watching this, has risen. And these kinds of dense events cannot occur. Vibrationally, they cannot occur in the frequency that we are residing in. So the question then becomes, why am I seeing this stuff to begin with? If it's not something that I'm going to experience on the timeline that I'm existing on, that we are existing on, why do I need to see this? Why do I need to share it? And here's where it starts to get very quantum physicsy and complex. What I was shown when I started inquiring about this is that many psychics have been talking for months and months and months, years even, about timelines converging. And I have channeled personally information about the great split, the great divide, having to make a choice. These topics, these themes have been coming through with all of the channeled messages, many of the channeled messages that I've brought throughout 2025 and even before 2025. And so this idea that the timelines are beginning to converge. And so someone who is existing on the timeline way down here, when we're existing up here, where on December 27th, 2025, this fake alien invasion Project Bluebeam event, global event, did occur. It's giving the people on that timeline the opportunity to awaken, to either buy into the lie, buy into the narrative being created by those who are ruling within the false matrix, or to begin to question what it is they have been taught, what it is they have been experiencing. It gives them the opportunity to choose. Do I want to continue to lend my energy to these fear narratives, to hold on tightly to these systems that I have so desperately been attaching myself to and that have been controlling me, or do I want to choose a different way? Those who decide to choose the different way, to choose the path of enlightenment, of healing, will be those who we, on the timeline we're on now, usher in. We say, hey, we're up here and we're available to you. We know what you've been through. We know what you've experienced. We are not in fear, so we are able to hold and anchor light to allow them to come up to that timeline, to allow them to shift, if you will, into the timeline where we are creating new earth. We are creating 5D community, and so on and so forth. So when we look at something that's occurred way down here, it hasn't occurred way up here, but then there's this spectrum in between. There's this spectrum of the same event having occurred here, 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 here. But as our vibration rises, less fear, less density, less chaos exists within those timelines until it's vibrationally not a match for the timeline that we are on. This is how we begin to step into New Earth. This is how we begin to breed or perpetuate more love, more community, more unity, is by continuing to make the choices that align us less and less with these denser experiences that can only occur in realities where fear is fostered, where fear is the instinctual knee-jerk response. We aren't there. If you're still here watching this video, you're not on that timeline. You've already, call it, graduated. And so that doesn't mean that there still isn't work to be done. We all have shadow that we still need to move through, but we do not subscribe to the narrative of fear. And it is so important as the timelines converge. So we have, two opportunities here. everyone will be given, and the Galactics have said this, everyone will be given the opportunity to make a sovereign, informed choice, which is why disclosure is coming out into the public sphere. It's part of the reason that we are moving into this new Earth timeline. It's because we are being given the opportunity to see the truth and then make a free will choice based on that. Now, there are people who are going to be in fear and make the free will choice not to subscribe to the new Earth frequencies. And that's okay. That's not the path they're here to walk. But what happens is the timelines begin to converge. And so, well, they're already converging. And so what we're seeing is some people who are down here have experienced sort of these, call them cataclysmic or very traumatic events, because the collapse of the system is heavy. It is dense. It is dark. The experience that we are going to have up here is that the shifting just feels like change. It's not these cataclysmic collapses and events that create, panic and massive disruption. Yes, things are going to change, things are going to shift, things are going to be uncomfortable as we begin to really have to detach from the old systems, but it's an easier, softer way because we're not subscribing to fear. And so what's happening now is these timelines are converging, and eventually they're going to go like this, and there's going to be two timelines available: old Earth and new Earth. And the individuals, all of the individuals on these two timelines will have to choose. And when they make that choice, now we have the people who've chosen old Earth energy and the people who've chosen the new Earth energy. Did I say chosen? I'm on a roll here. And then what happens is on each timeline, the timelines then expand again. And then there are an infinite number of timelines at the 5th density frequency, and again, an infinite number of timelines at the 3rd density frequency. So people always say, well, there's an infinite number of timelines. In the spiritual community, people talk about this, right? And this is true, except for now. What's happening is that because this great transition is happening, this big shift is occurring on our planet, we are getting to a point where all timelines are converging to make two choices so that this split, this evolution, planetary evolution, can occur. And so the question isn't about, am I going or not? The question is, what have you chosen to lend your energy to? If you're watching this video, you are at least aware that fear is not serving you, even if it's something that you're still battling with within your own inner work. And this is all that's needed. All that's needed is a decision to say, I don't want to live like this anymore. I choose a different path. I carry the lessons. I carry the growth. I carry the gifts of all that I've experienced up until this point, but I no longer choose to live the story of fear. I no longer choose to subscribe to the systems that convince me that my only job in this life is to survive rather than thrive, rather than find alignment, find and show up authentically, to share in love and unity rather than in conflict and division. So when I'm making these predictions, there is a spectrum of what a particular event might look like. It might be as intense and scary and disruptive as I'm seeing it for you, or not. You get to choose how you experience this shift that we are all being given the opportunity to make. You get to choose. And the way you do that is by not subscribing to fear and by aligning with love. by composing your energy, anchoring light in the understanding that all of what you experience is up to you, that you are not to be controlled, that you are a sovereign divine being of light, and you get to decide what this experience looks like. I am sending you guys all of my love, all of my light. I hope you have a beautiful New Year's. I hope you've had a wonderful holiday season. I really love you all so much. Happy Ascension.